What's good, combat sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It with your host, Bando. And you know, whenever you're here, we're talking things combat sports. This upcoming weekend, we got Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. This past weekend, we had Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen. There was discussions of John Jones possibly retiring after his next fight. Already talks of Israel Adesanya looking to move on and fight this summer. We got some stuff to talk about, so let's get right into that. Last night, yesterday, whatever you want to call it, I'm recording this on a Sunday, but yesterday was Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen, a very, very important featherweight matchup and a fun one. It was a super fun one. It was enjoyable. The card was pretty decent, but that fight was the main one I was focused on. And I do want to highlight a few moments that happened on that card, but I'm really going to talk mainly about that fight. A few moments I want to get into. I want to give my boy Brandon Royval a shout out on a beautiful KO finish over, I think, how do you say his name? Matthias Nicolau or Matthias Nicolau, I think you say it. Is that how you say it? Matheus Nicolau, something like that. Beautiful finish, beautiful knee right up the middle, caught him. It was a great win. Another one I want to highlight, Bill Algeo versus TJ Brown. It was the fight of the night. Beautiful fight. A lot of back and forth between the two of them. Bill Algeo ending up getting the win over with submission. It was just a wild fight. Highlight Jillian Robertson. How can you not? She always looks nasty whenever she's in there. They call her the Savage for a reason, because she is, and her jiu-jitsu is just beautiful, and she just looked on point yesterday. You also had Edson Barbosa look solid. Pedro Munoz looked pretty good. Had a decent fight with Chris Gutierrez. Started off really exciting, kind of slowed down throughout the last two rounds. But yeah, Edson Barbosa, beautiful knee as well to finish Billy Quarantillo, which is no easy task. Billy Quarantillo will stand in there with the best of them and trade with no doubt. He's got a fantastic chin, and Edson did catch him beautifully. Classic type of Edson Barbosa knockout, and I was happy to fucking see it. I was definitely happy to see it. But let's get into this main event. Let's hop right into it. Oh, Max Holloway's due. Max Holloway's due. It's going to be Arnold Allen's going to knock out Max Holloway. Yeah, shut the fuck up. You's out your mind. You's out your damn mind. You really think that Arnold Allen was going to go in there and knock out Max fucking Holloway? Are you out of your mind? That man is blessed. And the best is blessed, baby. And my boy Max Holloway got the win, as he should, as I had a feeling he would. I'm not taking nothing away from Arnold Allen. He brought the heat. He really did bring it. He looked fantastic. He looked like he belongs to fight any guy in the top 3, in the top 5. And he looks like he can become a future champion without a doubt. He's got the skill set. He's got the power. And let's be real. Some of the left hands he landed on Max, a lot of other guys would have been falling. But it's Max Holloway, man. He's got a phenomenal chin. And we all knew that going into this. I don't understand the fan presence over that. Oh, this is it. This is the one that Max is going to get killed. Max is going to get slept. Max is going to get slept. I don't know why you guys want to see him get slept. Why can't this dude just go through the whole career, right? Never being dropped, never being slept. It's his, and goes down in history the best chin in MMA. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand you fans sometimes. Y'all confuse the fuck out of me. But we're here to talk about the fight, not you dumb pricks out there. The fight was fun. The fight really was fun. I thought Max looked a little bit more technical than usual. And by technical, I mean slower. He was landing, his normal combos, like 5-6 punch combinations, those little tapping punches that he throws a lot. But He looked smart. He wasn't engaging in the way where, let me get in a slugfest with him. If you notice, Max's face didn't get touched up, marked up at all until the 5th round, which is wow. Usually Max is getting in back and forth with these guys. I mean, he looked marked up against Calvin, even though he beat the shit out of Calvin. He looked marked up against Dustin and fought well against Dustin. Marked up against pretty much everybody. He gets marked up. He gets bruised up. But that's because he gets in slugfest. This one, he really didn't get in a slugfest, man. He avoided a lot of big shots. Also ate a lot of big shots that Arnold Allen landed. Now, a lot of people were saying if Arnold Allen would have gotten going earlier, that he would have had a better chance winning that fight, which is completely true. But at the same time, you risk engaging with a guy like Max Holloway to where you might land your 1 or 2, but you land 1 or 2, Max is giving back 3 or 4. It's one of those things. You're risking it, and once Max does start getting comfortable in there, you start missing your shots. He starts landing more of his, and he just gets in a flow state. And once he's in that flow state, man, it's hard to get him out of there. So, really, really tough fight for Arnold Allen, no matter what. Now, a lot of people were complaining about the corner, like they need to be more urgent, this and that. I don't know how that is, what the corner really needs. Of course, the corner needs to be urgent, but they were also letting their fighter know, hey, you're down. You know, you're not winning this fight. You need to pull something out of the hat. You need to get some sort of finish. And I like the attitude Arnold Allen had going into that 5th round. Like, all right, it's kill or be killed. World War III, let's just do it. Let's go out there and do it. Because that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. In the 5th round, nothing to lose. Up against the #1 featherweight in the world. You know, besides the champion, it's Max Holloway. It is like your uncrowned king, pretty much, in that division. And everybody loves Max Holloway. Everybody's a huge fan of Max Holloway. And if there was no Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway would probably still be running that division and be the king of that division. And he shows every time, besides the Volkanovski fight, he's taking out every other contender. Calvin Kattar, Yair Rodriguez, and now Arnold Allen. Who's next? You know, who's next for him to take out? It's very, very tough to beat Max Holloway in that division. So, I like it. I'm happy for Max. I want to see Arnold back in there soon, though. If we can get Arnold Allen back in there soon against another guy, quick turnaround, let's do it. Let's get something going. I don't know who's next in line. I don't know what the featherweight division is really looking like right now. Obviously, you got Volk, Max, Arnold, Calvin. Maybe when Calvin comes back, they could just do Arnold and Calvin too, and we can get the full fight from that, and not the fight with Calvin getting injured, because that really sucked for the fans. I think that fight would be fantastic. Maybe you can do Arnold Allen and Brian Ortega when Brian returns. Maybe it'll be Brian and Calvin both coming off injury return. That'd be a good matchup. And then you could do Arnold Allen versus Leah Tapuria. Another phenomenal matchup. There is some work that could be done in the featherweight division, but Max Holloway looks sharp. I don't know what's next for Max. I really don't know what makes sense for Max. I was really hoping he would end up moving to 155, but he beats these 145ers, man, and every single guy that is a contender he takes out. So hard to argue with it, but that was last night's event. I think it was Kansas City, so UFC Kansas City. It was a good event. I enjoyed it. Max Holloway got the win. Shout out, the best is still blessed. So we'll see what's next for him. But besides that, you sit and you go to the press conference right after. You go to the post-fight press conference and you get your talks from Dana White. And Dana White's now talking about Jon Jones and Stipe. And you see a lot of tweets from Jon Jones and Stipe. What's going on? What's happening? And I just want to throw a quick thing in there. That fight needs to happen. Right? It needs to happen, but if Jon Jones does come back just to beat Stipe and bounce, it was the most boring title reign, the most boring heavyweight run, and it doesn't do much for the career, in my personal opinion. Yes, beating the best heavyweight of all time, in a lot of people's opinions, would be huge, but Stipe's also been sitting out for 3 years, hasn't done anything. It just, this fight, this build-up is not going to come hitting like people think it is. I don't think things are going to work out for this fight. And I don't think it's going to be as enjoyable. Already with both guys got retirement on the mind. It's a retirement fight. I don't know. I think the whole build-up that we had, the process going, was good. It died down. Now they can't figure out when they want to do it, what date they want to do it, who's ducking who wants. It's fucking so much stuff. But Dana was saying that he wants that fight to happen in Madison Square Garden. Same John Jones said the same thing. That'd be International Fight Week. That's you got a lot going on for International Fight Week. Unless you're talking about MSG out in November, that's a fucking long time to wait for us. You're already making us wait for Hamzat versus Paulo Costa all the way in October. UFC does some weird shit, right? They just do some weird shit. So I don't know what's going on with that fight, when it's gonna happen. Who knows? It might be 2.5 years later before they fight. You know how it goes. John Jones fights, then tweets a little bit. Everybody talks about Conor McGregor being a tweeter. Conor McGregor talks shit on Twitter. John tweets. John literally just tweets. And I want to see John fight. I want to see John active. So hopefully they do get him in there in the summertime, and we don't have to wait till November. But weird stuff. They can't never figure it out. I don't understand that. It's always something difficult. Always someone won't sign on something. Some date's not good enough. Just figure it out. Get it done with. But like I said, with it becoming now like a retirement fight for the both of them, you might end up losing the fans want for that. But who knows? Also at the press conference, Dana was talking about Izzy. Izzy already had a beautiful matchup against Alex. Who's next for Izzy? Really, that's a great question. Who is next for Izzy? The only one that makes sense is Hamzat, but you book Hamzat against Paulo, so now it don't make sense. You gotta do Rob. They're talking about Dricus Duplessis. I guess you could do Dricus. That's going to be a super boring fight. It probably would be a one-sided fight. I think Rob could put on an entertaining third fight, but he's already talking about a quick turnaround for Izzy. And here's my problem with Izzy being champion. You got nobody. You got nothing to do. You can't give him a quick turnaround. There's nobody that's who you give it. Who you give the title shot to? Sean Strickland? I mean, like there's nothing. There's nobody that is entertaining. There's nothing that brings anything to this division. And like I said, Israel Adesanya being champion is probably one of the worst things for the division in terms of fight excitement. But that's just my opinion. I just wanted to come in, make another episode, because we got episodes that have to come out every fucking week, and that's how this goes. So I'm trying to get episodes now every Monday and every Thursday. So hopefully we get on track. I get consistent. Don't get stupid. Don't get lazy. You'll see shit. I dropped my lighter. You'll see shit on Monday. You'll see shit on Thursday. And you'll probably see stuff in between if I'm really on point and I'm really paying attention to the fight stuff. Like I said, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is this weekend. April 22nd. I'm pretty sure that is this weekend. So make sure to tune in. Thursday's episode. Going to be a full episode. The last and final breakdown of that fight. I've already done 2 of them. I've done a small preview. I did a little bit of a breakdown. I'm going to do the full breakdown on Thursday. So make sure you tune in on Thursday to see that episode. And I appreciate you for watching this one. As usual, do the YouTube stuff. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so you know when that episode on Thursday comes out. And we're going to be talking all things fighting, all things boxing on Thursday. So I appreciate you for listening as always. And I will catch you on the next episode. Peace.